What's going on, everybody? This is Will, and today I've got a brisket here, and I'm going to put it on the Pit Barrel PBX cooker. This is my third cook with it. Did some ribs. They turned out pretty good. Did a video of that. The second one I did not video. I did some ribs, and I hung some chicken halves. Man, those were chicken was pretty good. The ribs were pretty damn good too, but the chicken actually impressed me. I've been struggling with chicken. I think most people that try to smoke meat do, but that Pit Barrel, boy, that's the way. That's my new chicken rig. Anyway, so today I've got this brisket. It's about 15 pounds. It's a choice brisket. Usually like to get prime, but taking it out of the wrapper already. I don't know, this one looked okay, so I went and grabbed it. It's been in my freezer. You know, I like to keep my freezer full. So the reason I like to keep my freezer full is it is February, and here in Central Texas we're having our second annual ice storm. So last year in 2001, it was rough. It got below zero here, and it was bad for a couple weeks. Anyway, this year it's the governor's election, and everybody's running around. You're all gonna die unless you vote for me. The news is not helping because all they're doing is posting pictures from last year. And while it is cold, I mean, I think it was 17 last night. That's pretty cold. I mean, it's nothing like last year. It gets cold out here, and everybody thinks Texas is it's too hot. It gets cold out here too, believe it or not. Anyway, so there's a ritual that Texans like to do anytime anything white hits the ground. Is 2 days before, we all gather around at our local HEB and we tear it apart. We take everything out of that. We buy everything. It doesn't matter if you need it. If it's on the shelf, you're buying it. Toilet paper, rice, everything but the vegan section. I mean, I don't know what it is. Texans, and it's like a meme. Anytime it gets cold, we go and raid HEB. But anyway, that's why my freezer has always got something in there. So right now it's about 20 degrees outside. So should be fun trying to run a Pit Barrel in 20 degrees. Anyway, we'll get to that later. So this brisket's about 15 pounds. It's a choice, so it's all right. I'm going to show you how I like to trim it, which is probably not much different than anywhere else on the internet. You've seen all the videos, but I think there's a couple of important things watching brisket trim videos. And you know, if you're watching me, you're probably not a competition cook, and you're probably not a restaurant cook either. So you're just some backyard dude with a barrel, you know, just like me right now. So I think it's important to understand that people that are doing competition, people that are doing restaurants, and people that are doing backyard like me and you are going to trim differently, right? So you see, you know, Franklin Barbecue. I mean, that guy's great. You know, that guy does an amazing job at keeping one hand dry and just uses the other. He's got a lot of experience and everything, but I'm not Aaron Franklin, you know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to maximize meat and all that kind of things, and I might go over a little. I think a lot of people don't go that are showing you these videos don't go through, you know, like in anatomy. I don't really mean like the full anatomy, but like this is the meat side. Cool. This right here is the fat side. You know, so that's not much to really, you know, get through your brain. But there's a couple things like any brisket's gonna have. I heard this called the heel, and this kind of goes with how I like to look at a brisket. Like I like to look at it as like a foot. Like this is the heel of your foot, right? And this is like the bottom of your foot. So you want to you want to kind of get down on the calluses and all that kind of stuff. You want to make it okay to walk on and all that kind of stuff. Got a little bit of a gash right here. I might just take that. And you'll go through and just make sure the bottom of your foot is doing okay. Then on the top, today, since it's on the Pit Barrel cooker, I'm going to leave a little bit more on top. You've got like the top of your foot, which is like, you might have a shoe on it, so you just want, you don't want a bunched up shoe in different places. You just kind of want to, make sure it's on there. This like mohawk section, kind of like your ankle, your foot's going up. So anyway, that's how I like to kind of tackle a brisket. Look at it a little bit. Then when you start looking at them, then you can kind of see, oh, that's the heel. That looks okay. The mohawk or the ankle doesn't look so good. So anyway, that's what I wish somebody would have gave me like a diagram to look at, because I've been over here just chopping away at brisket, not doing a very good job. But anyway, so what we have is our brisket. So I'm gonna get going on this. We've got another thing. A lot of people like to say this is the decal or whatever. As far as I know, the decal is the actual point. I gotta move this over. And this is decal fat. So alright. I need a bigger knife. I've had this in the fridge. These things are so much easier to cut when they're cold. I don't think they need to be in the freezer at all, but being in the fridge overnight, just sitting in this little pan, does it good. If you don't do that, then it's going to be all nice and warm. The fat's going to get real slick, and when you go to cut stuff, it's going to be kind of, ugh. All right, so you can kind of dig into here. It's just a big old chunk of fat. And we're getting pretty close right there. Didn't really scalp it, but didn't scalp it yet. You can see this isn't even all that cold, so it's kind of mushing around. If it was warm, my goodness. Some people like to scoop this out. I don't know. Other people say don't do it because of aerodynamics. Not that good. I don't think it matters a whole lot. If I'm not cooking professionally, I'm just doing it as a backyard, something to do today. All right. So, got a little over here. This is that piece where they wash. Cool. And I don't really like the looks of that, but there's not a lot of it there. So let's see if we can get a little bit more off here. Pretty thin. So I'm not losing much off this at all so far. Let's look at here. This is a big old son of a biscuit. A lot of people go for aerodynamics. It's a pit cooker. It's not gonna, I mean, I'm not building an airplane. A little bit right here. Cool. This is, got a bunch in here, this mohawk piece. Alright, kind of even it out. Cool. Kind of good on this side. Got a chunk in here. All right, this side is about done. All right, I'm gonna leave the rest on here because it's gonna cook fat side down, direct heat. Needs something to protect it a little bit. Okay, so let's flip this guy over. Cool, so now we got our heel. Definitely want to start getting some of this out. A lot of people that have done this 1,000 times will just go whoop. Oh, not me. I'm not that good. Yeah, I wish this was just a little colder. You see it's moving around on me a little bit. So just chip away. This is going to be the side that's up. Don't want to cut my hand there. Cool. Got most of that out. There's a little bit of hard fat in there still. Cool. Got a little bit of a discoloration here, so get rid of that. Doesn't need to be much. Cool. That's pretty good. Might get a little bit of this silver skin off. I don't really worry about this a whole lot. A little bit of fat right here still. See if we get more of that. Cool. It's not the prettiest in the world. Let's see if we get a little bit of this off. Anyway, cool. All right, so we'll put that over there. I'm gonna be using the meat church. Holy cow, today. Actually, I've got a little bit of Zach's brisket rub. It's all right. We can get it locally, so it's pretty good. But anyway, the most important part is it's almost gone. So if you see a chance to get rid of a bottle in there, take it. I like to use salt and pepper a lot, but for whatever reason, either me or somebody else keeps buying rubs No, I'm not using a slather, by the way. I'm not much of a slather guy. I'll use it sometimes, but this seems like it's okay. All right. So, oops. About exhausted that. Cool. We can throw that away. Get this meat church going a little bit. Kind of mix it around. You just got some paprika in here or something, so it's got some better color. Flip it around. Don't forget sides. Ah. A lot of pepper in here. That's good. In a smoker, I mean, Pit Barrel is not really a smoker. It's a direct heat cooker. But in a smoker, the pepper is what gives you the bark. A lot of people like to go 50-50 salt pepper. I think it's probably better to go a little 60-40, 70-30 maybe with pepper, salt, do more pepper. You know, it's really easy to over salt something, you know. Yeah. Don't forget salads. All right, it's looking pretty good. All right, so I'm gonna let this sit here for a minute, wash up, and I'm gonna go get that fire going. All right, you guys, doesn't look like there's a lot out here, but it was 17 last night, it was 25 yesterday, it's about 20 now, so that's not the coldest in the world, and there wasn't a lot of precipitation, but everything's ice. That's the only thing. So let's see how this goes. Oh my God. The layer ice on there, I'm just gonna let it melt. All right. That was brilliant. Got my Pit Barrel glove, but I can't get it on. It's frozen. Whatever, I'll wash my hands. Okay. We've got a little bit of lump in here from last time. Gonna leave that be. And I'm using ATV charcoal briquettes. You know, the lump is a little funny, difficult to work with. I was getting inconsistent temperatures. So we're gonna go with briquettes. Make sure you can see me. It's gonna be a long cook. It's gonna be cold out. Let's fill this guy up. This is not Minnesota. See if I can start my flamethrower. luck. Aha. Fire. All right, we'll let that get going. I'm not going to do that too much. I don't want to get it too hot to where I can't touch it. But I just don't want it to keep the temperature down at the same time. Alright, we'll let that go. I'll be back in a few. Alright, so these coals are going pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and stick those guys on. Alright. So I kept some fat, not a lot, just a little bit. I'm going to kind of sprinkle that down in a couple different spots. And I need some wood. Got some hickory over here, I believe. I lied. Got apple. That'll do. All right, so fat side down. I'm gonna grab it right here. Should have been wearing gloves probably. All right, she's looking good. I'll give you a quick peek what it looks like in there. There he goes. You can see in there better than I can. All right, 15-pound choice brisket on the Pit Barrel PBX. Here we go. See you. I'm gonna check in on this in about an hour. We'll see how it does. All right, cool. Party guys and gals and stuff. The sun came out, so we got some thaw action happening. That's cool. Anyway, it's been a little over an hour, probably about an hour and 15 minutes. So I'm gonna go take a quick look at the Pit Barrel. Look at all that. Woohoo. Anyway, let's see how this brisket's doing. Hopefully, I don't expect to touch it or anything, but kind of feel like with this hoodie on and a barrel on fire, I feel like a hobo. Anyway, let's put this in here for a second. See, I'm a hobo. Nothing real exciting going on. That thing is taking up the whole dang rack though. It's a big brisket. This Pit Barrel is the PBX version, so it's larger. That grate's getting, you know, I haven't used it before. That's the first time I'm using it, so it's getting some nice color. It was all stainless an hour ago, and we'll check back in another hour. All right, you guys. All right, it's been 2 hours now. I'm not really expecting much, but it is getting, the sun's coming out. I was gonna say warm, but it's still probably about 32 out here, so that's not warm, but it's not freezing cold like it's been. All right, so what do we got here? We got us a brisket. It's still, all right, it's kind of tightening up right there. Got a long way to go. I'm probably thinking at this point I'm just gonna leave it going for a little while. Fire seems to be going all right. A little bit of moisture. There's tons of moisture in there. Look, you can see, you know, it's like sweating kind of. Okay. And there's some flame down there, so I got to put this thing back. All right, we're getting there. So I'm expecting minimum wow. Well, if you're wondering if it's still icy, it is. Anyway, that sucks. Anyway, I'm expecting 5 to 6 hours. Probably 6 hours. I put it on about 10:30, so it should be done around 4:35. I'll let it rest for a little bit and then we'll have dinner. All right, here we go again. Whew. Didn't put on my sweatshirt and it's a little windy. It's cold. All right, walk very carefully over here. Jeez Louise. All right. So it's not real hot actually. It's smoking. So I expect all right, nice and moist on top. I don't expect that's done. We'll take a couple measurements here. Go right in the middle. 150, 162, 65, 65, so right here on the tip, 48, 174. Okay, so it's getting there. Yeah, the top, oh my goodness, didn't know that was going to happen. I wonder if I should open this damper just a little bit. It's cold out here. We'll see if that'll get it going. Oh, let's go clean my hands off. Say hi, Daisy. Odin's around here somewhere too. Okay. Alright, here we go. So we're going at about 6 hours now. I opened up the damper a little bit on the bottom last time. Let's see how we're doing now. So it's still not all that warm I mean, it's warm and stuff, but man, there's a lot of moisture on that right there. See it just dripping off. Alright, we're getting somewhere now. So 171, 182, yeah, we still got a ways to go. 152. Alright, maybe I'll let this fire kick up a little bit. I don't really want to open the flue anymore. Hi, Daisy. Good girl. I don't know, is this normal for a pit barrel to kind of start getting cold after a little while? See a couple little flames kicking up. Not enough. Let's get these guys going. Got a couple little flames. Alright, you guys, sorry if my head's getting chopped off a little here. I gotta put the camera down so we can see the table. So, the pit barrel cooker isn't holding temperature. It's starting to get dark outside and the temperature's dropping, so I'm not gonna fight it. We about passed the stall. Pit barrel isn't staying hot enough, but the brisket's actually looking pretty good. I am going to pull a Harry Sue and finish it off in the oven. I'm going to wrap it in butcher paper. I've got some tallow that I saved from my last brisket cook, and here we go. Let's put this here. All right, so here. That's kind of okay. Put a little bit of this on here. A little bit on there. Cool. Cool. All right. Cool. I'm going to go ahead, I've got this, it's kind of a hotel pan, got it from HEB. It's got a nice rack in there with little legs, and it fits a brisket just pretty nice. Alright, we're at 250. This is where it gets exciting. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and finish this off. I'll put my thermopen, what is that thing called, signals in there, and we'll let you know when we finish. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the next day. It's about 9:30 in the morning. So the cook went okay for a while. The pit barrel was going pretty low for most of the cook, which I think probably worked in my favor. I was able to get some okay bark on it, it looked like. You know, brisket doesn't like to be cooked too fast, so it was kind of low. I was expecting about 5 or 6 hours. After about 7 hours, it was only probing to about 170. So I brought it in. The sun was going down. The stuff melted a little bit yesterday, so it was starting to get cold again. And I didn't want to sit outside in the cold in the dark, so I brought it in and wrapped it in some butcher paper and put it in the oven. So I finished it off in the oven. Once it was probe tender, probably about 203. I put my oven onto 170. It's got a warm option that'll do 160, but I can't put a timer on it. So I put it in the oven all night for about 10 hours. Put it on the internet. This is a good thing to do. To be honest with you, there's a little bit of me that's worried it might have made it overdone, but we're about to find out. All right, nice and tender. View. We turn off our signals. And let's bring this bad mamba jamba out. You can see it's been in this, I didn't remove the paper at all. So let's open it up. All right, so this thing is so juicy. Oh my goodness. Goopy. Goopy. All right, let's see if we can pull it out this way. There we go. Look at that jiggle. So let's see how much of a mess we're gonna make here. It's still about 170 inside the brisket. Okay, so it's a little barky. So this is the fat side. Probably keep that up. Cool. Boy, that is a mess. There we go. Let's put that over there. Figures. All right. So we can tell our grain's going this way. Let's open her up. Hi Daisy, you smell brisket? It's a good girl. Not right now though. No brisket for you. Your mom would murder me. Alright, we've got our bread knife. And that's just cut right down the center right there. You can feel the point kind of goes over here, so let's go. Alright, let's see what this guy looks like. Look at that. Nice and juicy. Nice smoke ring. Ooh-wee. Alright. Very good. The flat, you can see it's starting to fall apart right there. So let's see if we can cut it. See if my fears are founded. Alright. Alright. Do one more slice and then we'll do a little bit of a test here. All right, it's kind of a thick slice. You can see it's trying to, probably a little bit overdone. Should probably try it a little bit so it's tender. Let me see if I can get a little bit thinner for the bend test. Yeah, that just fell apart, so it's a little bit overdone. You can see it's starting to break. So my fears were correct, but you know, it's not terribly overdone. It is a little bit overdone though. So let's go ahead and give this guy a try. Actually, it's got a pretty good bark. It's not quite as juicy as the point is over here. It'll work. Good stuff right there. Came out, actually, to be honest with you, it came out better than I expected. You know, the Pit Barrel is not a smoker, it's a cooker. Brisket likes to be handled real slow. So let's open point up and let's take a look. Actually, just turn it over. We got our burn ends over here. All right. Looks pretty good. The point, or the flat is just coming off right there. Look, nice ring though. I don't know how I got a ring on that. But, all right. Let's get these little. Look how fatty that is. Very good. Let's go ahead and cut these up. Cool. I'll cut a slice out of here. See how we're doing. So this one is bending. You can tell it's really tender. This is the flat looks like it's overdone a little bit. The point is, oh my goodness. Point is it's on the edge, but it's not overdone. Oh, the point is there. The point is perfect. That's good. Actually, that's better than I thought it was going to be. Especially being a choice brisket. Daisy wants some. I got 2 dogs, so I can't give one of them. Anyway, burn in. That's where it's at, you guys. Anyway, it's my 3rd cook in the Pit Barrel. I'm gonna call it a success. Came out better. It's a little bit overdone on the flat. The point is, like I said, it's right on the edge, but you can see it bend. It's not falling apart. Right? It's trying to, but it is right on the edge. But it's really good. The Pit Barrel not holding temperature, I think that's a me thing. I looked at the burn pattern and I don't think I let the coals get hot enough in the chimney. So when I put it in there, I put them kind of sprinkled around mostly in the center, and I think some of it started to burn and others didn't. So I think that's where my temperature had a problem right there. I'm gonna have to, I don't know, any new cooker, you gotta learn and play with it and stuff. My first cook went well. I think I had a little bit of the same issue. The second one cook went great. I did 2 or 3 racks of spare ribs and 2 full chickens, but I cut them in half, so 4 half chickens. And man, wow, they did take a little bit longer than I expected. So maybe I did have some of that reflecting back now. But this one, it did not hold temperature like I needed it to, and it was too cold for me to go out there and mess with it a whole bunch. So so we got it to the bark, and that's completely legit with the brisket. Get it to the bark you want, and wrap it for the rest. And that's what we did. We used the oven though, so it's a little bit of a crutch, but there you have it.